and welcome to Indianomics. The most crucial person in the Reserve Bank during the trying days of demonetization was the Deputy Governor in charge of currency management and banking operations, Mr. R Gandhi. In addition to currency management, at that time, Mr. Gandhi was also managing markets, market infrastructure, funds management, regulation, foreign exchange, reserves management, internal debt, payment systems, just about all departments that would be impacted by the currency. On April 3rd, Mr. Gandhi retired after seeing the central bank successfully remove all currency withdrawal limits on depositors. Well, Mr. Gandhi is now with us as our guest on Indianomics. Mr. Gandhi, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sure the last 4 months have been the most challenging months, or last 6 months actually, must have been the most challenging 6 months of your 30-year career?
That's true, definitely. Most challenging and very satisfying as well.
Okay, well, let me take it from the word satisfying. We've just got the numbers for the PMGKY, the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, which was the tax levied on people, on tax evaded money, which you got during the demonetization process. Now, that is 2,300 crore, which means about 4,600 crore is all that has been declared as tax evaded money. That looks like a very small fruit for the mammoth effort you all took.
Okay, first of all, it is tax related, that is government. So
Okay.
as a Reserve Bank person, I will not be able to answer that question. But as an individual, I can make a mention about that, a little deliberate on, little more on. The issue is that the demonetization, one of the major objectives was to eradicate black money. So the objective was, the very definition of black money is that something which is unaccounted. Now we have brought the things into account.
Okay.
People have put their money into their accounts. So once it has come into the accounts, it is for the tax administration to analyze it and to see that whether they have properly paid their taxes or not, number one. Number two, this is just now what you mentioned, this is voluntary disclosure.
Okay.
That, yes, up to this much people have put in money around
Have
this
declared,
time.
yes.
Right. So rest of the people, they might be taking, either they may not be necessarily be paying taxes even after declaring it or putting it into their account, or there may be, they have not showing it fully.
Yes.
It is for the tax administration to go after them and get the money which the government should be taking.
But that is still a whole lot of accounts, isn't it? I mean, several crore accounts.
Of course, it is not going to be easy to go after them, but to help them out, modern day model building is available, systems are available, one can narrow down. Now, because specific information about who has deposited how much, that information is available in the hands of the authorities. So they should be able to do an ABC analysis. They can start with a big shark first.
With the biggest deposits.
Ones first, and they can go down if they want to go down. So that way, it is a patient exercise that they may have to do. It may be time consuming, yes, or it may be requiring more number of people. That may be all right. But they will be able to narrow down instead of casting their net too wide. They can be able to very specific, focused attention they can give. And they
is the Reserve Bank privy to, how many accounts had more than, say, 10 crore deposits or more than 2 crore, deposits in crores?
Not Reserve Bank, because we don't seek such information to be reported to us. Banks do have. And the tax authorities have the full legal rights to ask for that
data
based on the income tax provisions, whatever is available. As per that, if they would ask, banks have to give.
Okay. So your sense is that in the year FY18, the government is better armed to ensure more direct taxes?
Government is better armed for tax compliance, better tax compliance, yes.
Okay. So in this process, have you all been able to unearth a lot of fake notes? Is there any number you can share?
That is yet to be, because that verification of the notes which have come back, that is still going on. That will be quite a few months away, because of a lot of each individual piece of note has to be verified. Okay. That is quite a task. So we have to wait for that.
Okay. But the other number which all of us were very keenly awaiting was how much of the notes was returned. On December 10th, when you last spoke to the press on the issue, you had said 12 lakh crore. Now, hasn't the Reserve Bank finished checking? Are we likely to? Do you have another figure for us?
Not yet. Obviously, of course, right now I'm no longer in charge.
Yes.
Also, so I don't have that figure with me anymore.
You will not share the figure. I'm sure
I will not get any more also until you people announce it. Through you, I may be knowing down the line. Anyway, thing is that Reserve Bank has, this will be the final figure. Plus this 500 and 1,000 SBNs, once we declare the figure from the Reserve Bank, that is going to be the final, once and for all. Thereafter it is history.
Yes.
So naturally, the Reserve Bank will have to take extra care before announcing this is the figure. And that's what it's doing.
But can you give us a ballpark figure? I mean, if it was 12 lakh crore on December 10th, are we likely to end up with 14 lakh crore, 15 lakh crore? Can you
we
give us a ballpark?
We are not going to have more than 3 lakhs.
No, it won't be, but I mean, even 3 lakh crore is a very big haul. If
it is not going to be more than 3 lakhs.
Okay.
Because of the 12 lakh we already mentioned.
Okay, that is true. Okay. In that sense, not more than 3 lakh crore. But if you can, when is RBI likely to announce that you must have seen a large part of the double counting and the checking. When do you think we can expect that number?
One is that the window that is still available for the NRIs, that is not yet over. It is going to be up to 30th June. So that necessarily, I would think that Reserve Bank would wait for that kind of final numbers. Before that, it's not final. Even if any figure is given, it has to be tentative. Again, it has to be tentative. So, tentative figure at any point anybody can give. That's a different issue. But if you want to really have the final figures, then the window has to be closed.
It will be after June only that we should expect this number.
I would presume so.
Okay. So, how much is the double counting? Can you tell us, you all were giving us numbers regularly till December 10th. After that you stopped. What is the double counting you fear? What are the avenues of double counting?
See, in banking transactions, all the people who have worked in banks or who know about banking will be able to appreciate what I'm going to say. As a running organization, at any point in time, there will be several mistakes will be happening. And that is why
such as
that is credit, instead of credit it may be debit, or instead of one type of credit it is another type of credit. For example, in currency operations, from the Reserve Bank we send remittances to the currency chest, and from the currency chest soil notes come back to Reserve Bank. The currency chest get
a credit from RBI.
They get money, cash from their branches, from some other banks, and they also send cash to their own branches or some other banks. Each one of these have a different type of transaction. It has to be accounted differently. When it is going from Reserve Bank, they are not supposed to credit. They are not supposed to get any credit for that, because it is Reserve Bank money going from Reserve Bank into the currency chest. But they may account it, somebody by mistake may account it as deposit. This has to be ferreted out. For that only we have periodic audit, periodic balancing, physical checking also. So through those kind of checks and balances, these mistakes come out. Then we make the corresponding accounting.
And what about at the bank end in those days of demonetization? Where could the mistakes have happened?
Yeah, from the banks also, because different branches remit to them. SBNs come from the public to the branches. One branch sends SBN to another branch. Then some other bank puts sends SBN to one bank, or post offices send, and all of them independently reporting to Reserve Bank or government or their head office. So there will be chances of multiple counting or double counting, what we call double counting. It is possible. That patiently we have to tick off everything, and everything is okay in that. It is a painful exercise.
I can imagine. It's 15.4 lakh crore and it is 4,500 currency chests. And I guess, what, 90,000 branches in India today?
No, 1,40,000 branches.
Okay, 1,40,000 branches, only counting banks.
Yes.
I'm sure it's a massive exercise.
Yes.
But that's what I want to know from you, Mr. Gandhi. How did Reserve Bank prepare to reach currency to all these places and how you pulled it back? But we have to take a brief break. We are coming back and asking the more interesting questions on how did Reserve Bank prepare for this gigantic exercise. We ask the man in charge, Mr. Gandhi, in a minute.